What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to Monday night's late night agenda. And tonight I'm going to be filling you in on the latest on Liverpool's search for midfield recruitments in the summer. You know the drill by now. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it. And of course, please do hit that subscribe button. Now, before I get stuck into it, just a little shout out to our sponsors. As you can see, we are being proudly brought to you today by our friends at oosh.com. Oosh are the home of giveaways, and this week they have an amazing Liverpool package on offer. You can win 2 tickets to Liverpool versus Aston Villa at Anfield on the 20th of May. Both seated together in the Cop End. You will also get one night's accommodation at the Atlantic Tower Hotel in Liverpool, a €200 Ryanair voucher should you require it. If you don't, you can have €200 cash instead. And it is $9.99 for regular folks to enter, but not for you guys. You guys can get yourselves an entry using the Anfield Agenda discount code AA10 for 10% off that price. And it is limited to 199 tickets only. So if you want to get yourself over to oosh.com, look at the link in the description of this video or scan that QR code in the bottom right hand corner. And again, thank you to Oosh for the continued support of us here at Anfield Agenda. Right, my friends, let's get stuck into it tonight. And first of all, I'm going to give you an update on Jude Bellingham, but not an update from me. You don't have to listen to my thoughts today. All you're going to hear is an update from Mr. Paul Joyce. And as I've said to you many times, when Paul Joyce speaks or writes, we listen. So Paul Joyce has said that Liverpool are very, very much interested in Jude Bellingham still, and that Jude Bellingham is very much interested in joining Liverpool Football Club. The problem is the fee, and Paul Joyce goes on to just question whether Jurgen Klopp may have any second thoughts about the fact that Liverpool, he calls it a silver bullet signing, a guaranteed signing, whether Liverpool may have some concerns about a lot of that money being tied up in one player, a lot of the transfer kitty. Now, look, it is a fact that it will take a lot of money to get Jude Bellingham in, but I don't see how maybe it can come as a surprise to our owners, as the recruitment team, that we're going to need those 2 or 3 midfielders. Personally, I think it has to be 3. You may have your own thoughts on it. Some people think 2. Some people think there's different areas of the pitch that we could do with strengthening. But for me, if you get Jude Bellingham, that is the great start, and then you can build around that. So, Liverpool are in the market for Bellingham, and according to Paul Joyce, Bellingham is still very much interested in coming to Liverpool. Sounds a lot like what I've been telling you, right? For the longest time. Again, judge at your will. But for me, I think this makes sense. And I've always said it. I think this makes sense, not just for me having my own Liverpool bias glasses on. It makes sense for the move for Jude Bellingham and his career and his development. And I don't really see Manchester City as a genuine alternative or an option, although the journalists and the media seem to think differently to me on that one. But again, it's just another sign and indication that the two parties want it to work. Yes, Liverpool will still have to agree a fee with Borussia Dortmund, but I think one of the big questions that a lot of people are asking me is, if we don't get Champions League football this season, is that going to put a kibosh on the Jude Bellingham transfer? And I don't think so. I think he could understand a one-season blip. Now, it's not great if we don't have Champions League football. Nobody can deny that it won't put a dent in the finances, but I don't think it would be the stake in the heart of that deal. I think very much, as long as the money's there and Jude Bellingham understands that Liverpool see this very much as maybe a one-season blip, I don't think there's going to be too much of an issue there. And I'm still very, very, very confident that Liverpool do bring in Jude Bellingham in the summer. Now, I'm not just here today to talk about Jude, of course. There are other midfield targets. And I want to give you a little bit of information on Matheus Nunes. So it's been reported today by JP Percy, I think of the Telegraph, if I'm not mistaken, that Liverpool are moving on from Matheus Nunes because, quite simply, they disagree with the valuations that Wolves have of the player of over 50 million quid. And you know what? I can understand it. Based on this season's performances, I don't think 50 million for Matheus Nunes seems like good value. I really don't. Particularly when we could have had him before he joined Wolves when he left Portugal. So I'm not shocked by that. But what did shock me was a link to a Chelsea player. And it's not Mason Mount, not the one that we've been speaking about, although there's still interest there from both sides. But Miguel Delaney, another very good journalist, somebody who I hold in very high regard, said that Liverpool have identified Conor Gallagher as a summer target, with Klopp very much interested in adding him to his list of potential midfield signings or candidates. So I want to know what you guys think about that one. I find it very hard to give a real insight into the potential about Liverpool signing Conor Gallagher, because I don't know which Conor Gallagher we're going to get. Will we get the one that was so full of exuberance, so creative, so good for Crystal Palace, or the guy who seems like a surplus to requirements at Chelsea? And that, I don't know. I'm not going to say it worries me because I understand that Chelsea do have to sell players, and I've told you guys before that academy products are the ones they're probably going to look to. So you've seen Liverpool link with Levi Colwill as an example, Mason Mount, Conor Gallagher. All of these guys are academy products, and that means a lot of profit. Chelsea have also sacked a manager, as I'm sure you're aware, and that's going to cost them quite a bit of money as well. So they are going to have to bring money in. So I guess it's going to be a straight question for you guys. Would you rather Liverpool brought in Mason Mount, or would you rather Liverpool brought in a Conor Gallagher? Or maybe you just don't want either of them to come in and be part of the midfield revolution at Liverpool Football Club. So for me, if I was pushed on it, I'd be more excited about the potential of Conor Gallagher. But I think Mason Mount would be more of a less risky choice. But if Gallagher worked, if you got him back to what we seen at Crystal Palace, and look, let's be honest, we were all impressed, right, with how we played at Crystal Palace. So if you get that Conor Gallagher, I'd be fine with it. Add Jude Bellingham to that and another midfielder, and I think we'd be all right going into the season. Yes, we'll bring in a centre back. We spoke about that many times. But in regards to the battle for midfield targets, TalkSport and Sky Germany have said that Liverpool and Arsenal are preparing to lock horns in a transfer battle to sign Eintracht Frankfurt midfielder Jesper Lindstrom. I have to say, I don't know much about this guy. When I've looked at Eintracht Frankfurt players recently, he's not somebody I've really been casting an eye over. I've been more looking at the centre-back situation with Evan Ndika. So let me know what you guys think. Again, I'm looking for your help here. I don't know much about this guy, but if Arsenal are after him, Liverpool are after him, he must have something about him. And again, I've not seen a price tag or anything mentioned, but we do need to bring in 3 midfielders. So again, there's loads of names doing the rounds, and I don't know about you guys, I'm starting to get really excited about the idea of the summer transfer window, because there's more and more stuff to say that Liverpool know we have to spend. The money will be there. The only worry I have, and again, I'm being entirely honest about this, is if the rebuild in midfield is going to be maybe more expensive than they thought, who are we going to have to sacrifice? Who are the players that Liverpool are going to have to maybe consider offers for, players that we may not want to leave? Fabinho is one that I would guess would be open to offers coming in perhaps for the football club, but I don't know what the number would be on Fabinho. What would be the number that would tempt you guys to maybe part ways with Fabinho, if indeed you do think that we should? Again, I'll be looking for your comments below. And finally today, a little bit of an update on the James Milner situation, and it is believed that Jurgen Klopp would like to keep James Milner around till past his 38th birthday. And look, I have to say I disagree with this. And I disagree with it for 2 main reasons. One, look, I understand the leadership side of it. I understand having James Milner around would benefit those in the dressing room and benefit those around Kirby. But I don't know if it's with his boots on or if he should be standing there with a jacket on, helping with the coaching. I'd feel more comfortable on the coaching side of it. But it's also a money thing for me, because James Milner, to the best of my knowledge right now, is on around about 140 grand a week, which equates to about 7 million quid a year. That's a lot of money that Liverpool could use to put towards a much younger, energetic, I say energetic, Jimmy Milner's pretty fit, to be fair, but I just think he needs to move on. If he's going to keep, now this is going to sound a bit mad, right, so bear with me, but if he's so adamant on keeping James Milner, I don't want us to keep James Milner and Henderson and Thiago. Thiago, yes, let him see out that last year and then let's see what happens. But I don't think we can go into next season again with a 33-year-old Jordan Henderson and a 38-year-old James Milner. I think we have space in the squad for one of them. And if we have to pick one, I'm going with Jordan Henderson. But if Klopp wants 2 of them, I just don't see that they're really acknowledging the problems that we have in midfield. So that's my take on it all, my friends. I'm going to hand it over to you guys now. I'm looking forward to reading your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like on the video and, of course, do hit that subscribe button. Tomorrow, we will be starting our coverage for the watch-along of the Chelsea game over on our Twitch channel from 7 p.m. You can find the link to that in the description of this video. I recorded a video earlier on today as well with Josh, who is a Chelsea fan. Really interesting to hear his perspective on what's going on at Stamford Bridge right now. So if you get a chance, please do check that video out as well. It is up on our feed right now. And yeah, again, shout out to our sponsors, Oosh. Don't forget, you can find them at oosh.com or scan the QR code in the bottom corner. They are the home of giveaways. They have been really good to us on the channel here as well. So yeah, that is it from me, my friends. I look forward to tomorrow and hopefully coming on doing a match reaction and player ratings after a win, which I think we need very, very badly. Talk to you soon. Much love. Bye-bye.